Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. I hope you're having a great day or night in Jesus. Thank you so much for being with us today. We're on lesson 77 of our verse-by-verse journey through the book of Proverbs. Check out our playlist. Let's go through Proverbs together. What a wonderful life lesson Proverbs is. The wisest man who lived from Adam to Jesus, and he's got a lot of wisdom, God-inspired wisdom. So we're in chapter 26, verse number 4, actually verse number 3, and the first few of these we're going to look at today is about like unwise people or foolish people. So again, thanks for being here. Check out our other videos, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification, give us a thumbs up. So verse 3 of Proverbs 26, it says, a whip for the horse, a bridle for the ass, and a rod for the fool's back. So you see how he's equating a horse to get him to do what you want, a whip, a bridle for the ass, get him to do what you want, and a rod for the fool's back. Obviously, this was a different culture 3,000 years ago. Don't break any laws. So verse 4, answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. Now verses 4 and 5 even perplexed, in some cases, Jewish scholars, and there was a real struggle in many circles and different aspects of Christianity over the years on whether Proverbs was inspired based on these next two verses. So verse 4 says, answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. Verse 5 says, answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own conceit. Now, the basic thing is, people say, well, that's a contradiction. It's not a contradiction at all. I've certainly never, of the many dozens of times that I've read that in my daily Bible reading and my study, have never taken it as a contradiction. What I take it is when you're dealing with a fool, and this comes out in other Proverbs, you're just in trouble. Because if you don't answer him, you're going to, don't answer a fool, because if you do answer him, you'll be like unto him, because he's going to drag you into a foolish conversation. But then verse 5 says, but you have to answer him, because if you don't answer him, he's going to think he's right, and he's going to be wise in his own conceit. So the key is don't be a fool. Be a wise person. Verse 6, he that sendeth a message by the hand of a fool cutteth off the feet and drinketh damage. So if you give a fool a message, they're going to just mess it up. They're going to put their own thoughts into it. They're not going to obey what you told them to say. They're not going to follow through with what you told them to follow through on. And so it's like cutting off your feet and drinking damage, drinking bad water. It's just going to mess you all up. And verse 7 continues this theme. The legs of the lame are not equal. So is a parable in the mouth of fools. A fool may be able to tell a parable, a teaching lesson, but he's not going to be able to live it, because he's living the foolish life and not the wise life, not the life that God intended for him to. That fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom and knowledge. So verse 8 kind of continues on in this theme. I'm going to read verse 7 again. The legs of the lame are not equal, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. The parable may be good, but they're not going to be living it. Verse 8, as he that bindeth a stone in a sling, who would do that? So is he that giveth honor to a fool. I mean, it's just not going to work. You give honor to a fool, they're just going to make a terrible travesty out of it. Verse 9, as a thorn goeth up into the hand of a drunkard, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. So a thorn goes in the hands of a drunkard, they don't feel it because they're drunk. So a fool can tell a parable, but it didn't get into their hearts. It means nothing to them. Verse 10 kind of gives a break in this theme. the great God that formed all things both rewardeth the fool and rewardeth transgressors. So God is the creator. This is the thing. And he's going to reward. Now, this is a sense where reward is used in the negative. Fools and transgressors. But now we still see the fool mentioned. Verse 11. What I meant by being a little bit of a break, you've got God as creator there and kind of judgment. Verse 11, as a dog returneth to his vomit. Sister Waldron and I have had dogs over the years, and they do. So a fool returneth to his folly. They do something foolish. They do something stupid. They do something unwise. What do? They do it again. They get drunk. They, sleep around with whatever. Anyhow, verse 12, seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than of him. Have you ever known anybody that just thought because they said something it was right? Wise in their own conceit. Well, I thought it must be right. It must be true. There's more hope of a fool than of him. I mean, there's at least, because if they just, whatever they say, man is the measure of all things, whatever they say is right. It's an awful, awful thing to deal with people like that. So we're going to pause right there and go into the next in another lesson, because we start getting into the slothful and the sluggard. So God bless you. Check out our other videos, Journey Through Proverbs, Romans, Genesis, Matthew, and the book of Acts. God bless you. We love you. Bye.